I am Lynn Griesmer, and I am a retired executive director of the UMass Donahue Institute. Morris Donahue, former president of the Massachusetts Senate, I recently discovered by looking up on the Secretary of State's records, he barely lost in a primary for governor. But as a result, he stepped down from his seat as president of the Massachusetts Senate. In his process of creating the Donahue Institute, which was done through legislation by his friends in the legislature, he hired a man by the name of Dr. Arthur Eve. And so Morris and Art Eve began what is now the UMass Donahue Institute. They started by doing local and state government training. And that's really where the initial name Institute for Governmental Services came from. That really was the initial vision. It was the fact that over time the Institute has become nationwide as well as worldwide is something that evolved, but it was really to serve the Commonwealth and the local governments of the Commonwealth.
It's very important to Donahue Institute to have faculty from each one of the campuses involved in the project. So piece by piece, we put all that together.
My name's Marina Winkler, and I am the regional program manager for the Office of Head Start. And what that really means is that I work with a team of Head Start specialists who oversee the Head Start program across New England. And then we coordinate with the Washington office to ensure the Head Start program is up and running. Donahue Institute actually is the holder of several training and technical assistance contracts. So there's a host of individuals, experts in early childhood, health, family services, program management, governance, that are employees of Donahue Institute, and then that they're contracted to work with our office at the Office of Head Start, providing direct support and assistance to our Head Start recipients, so the Head Start community where services are provided to children and families.
My name is J.D. Chesloff. I'm the president and CEO of the Massachusetts Business Roundtable. We wanted to have a signature event and brought together the Roundtable, the UMass Donahue Institute, and the Massachusetts STEM Council, and said, let's get people together and talk about STEM issues across the Commonwealth. And I think originally it was really thought of as a kind of a rah-rah event, right? Let's get people excited and enthused about the issue. And it was very small. It was great. And over those years, it grew and grew and grew to the largest signature STEM event in the country.
We launched the STEM Starter Academy initiative, focused on community colleges and students at the community colleges pursuing STEM education. We engaged UMass Donahue. They had a clear expertise and background in the STEM initiatives in the Commonwealth. They brought all of that capability and expertise to the STEM Starter Academy. They have been the evaluator of record for the past 9 years. And I think it has been this collaboration between the program and the intent, and then the data and analysis, and learning what story did we think it told, sharing that with other audiences, seeing what their reaction was to it, and then evolving that process. But it really requires that evolution in partnership. No one side can do that by themselves. That to me has been the unique experience with working with UMass Donahue.
I'm Kumble Subbaswamy. I'm the Chancellor of the University of Massachusetts Amherst. Probably the first thing that I noticed and got to know was through mass benchmarks, the economic forecast, which is so important for lots of decision making. And then fairly soon thereafter, there was also an economic impact study for UMass impact on their local communities and then on the Commonwealth. And again, that's such a powerful tool to be able to convince the public about the value of the investment made in the public university. So those two are probably the places where I first got to know about Donahue Institute. I think of, for the educational piece, what a great asset to have one that's actually in the practical field, particularly as it pertains to the social sciences. Really, the Donahue Institute takes the knowledge base there is in social sciences and applies it for the benefit of society.
I think what makes the Donahue Institute special is its history and its core commitment to public service. There are not that many organizations that actually have that as their core mission. We are now part of the campus community in ways that we have not been before. That allows us easy access to faculty members, to staff, to researchers who may have shared interests with us, and to build some collaborative projects in ways that we were not capable of doing before.
The future is looking to see what the next areas are of importance, and then figuring out how we fit into them, but figuring out how we fit into them by embracing not only our partnership with the university, but partnerships with other organizations and individuals outside the university.
I'm confident that in the next 50 years, the Donahue Institute, working closely with the university as a partner, get greater prominence and contribute more to societal issues as well. And it'll be a great asset for our students in order to learn.
Where and how people work is changing. And as employers, employees, and public policy are changing with it, the importance of data and information has never been more clear. And you can't make good decisions without good data. And I feel like Donahue, that's its calling card. And as we think about where we're heading into the future, that calling card becomes more and more important. And so I see a significant role for organizations like the Donahue Institute going forward, particularly now at this really interesting moment of change.
I just think that Donahue opens doors. And again, that commitment to excellence and quality and relationships and collaboration is just wonderful. And I just hope that that can continue. And I would certainly like to see that fostered in the future too.
I think the reason the Donahue Institute has lasted 50 years is that it has continued to be relevant. So much has changed in 50 years, it's hard to kind of keep track. But what the Donahue Institute has done is it has changed with the times. And they've created a professional environment in the Institute that is constantly able to address in a very relevant ways these issues.